The Arctic, a frozen wilderness of endless ice and frigid seas, is home to two of the most iconic giants of survival, the resilient walrus and the cunning polar bear. While the polar bear reigns as the king of the Arctic, the walrus, a marine titan armed with tusks and protected by impenetrable hide, refuses to yield to the bear's dominance. Together, these two symbolize the raw power and tenacity required to thrive in one of Earth's harshest landscapes. In this deep dive, we'll explore the unique traits, strategies, and behaviors of these rivals, unraveling the secrets of their Arctic showdown. Description and physical characteristics. Walrus. Walruses are colossal marine mammals, with males weighing 1,300 to 3,300 pounds, 600 to 1,500 kilograms, and stretching up to 10.5 feet, 3.2 meters long. Their bodies are encased in thick, wrinkled skin that acts as natural armor, varying from pink to brown based on temperature and blood flow. Sparse fur covers their large, blubbery bodies, while their paddle-like fins are perfectly suited for swimming. Their defining feature, the tusks, reaching lengths of 3 feet, 1 meter, are powerful tools for defense, breaking ice, and asserting dominance. Walruses are also equipped with sensitive whiskers, or vibrissae, which they use to locate food on the seabed. Polar bear. Polar bears are apex predators uniquely adapted to the icy Arctic. Male polar bears typically weigh 900 to 1,600 pounds, 410 to 725 kilograms, and measure 7.2 to 8.2 feet, 2.2 to 2.5 meters in length. Their white fur provides excellent camouflage and heat retention, while their black skin beneath absorbs sunlight. Thick blubber beneath their fur protects them against the Arctic cold. With broad, fur-insulated feet, sharp claws, and powerful limbs, polar bears are formidable hunters and swimmers. Feeding and survival strategies. Walrus. Walruses are specialized benthic feeders, primarily consuming clams and other small marine organisms. Using their sensitive whiskers to locate prey on the seabed, they create a vacuum with their powerful tongues to extract the soft-bodied creatures from shells. While clams are their mainstay, they are opportunistic feeders, occasionally preying on seals or narwhals when conditions favor such a hunt. Capable of diving up to 90 meters and staying submerged for 30 minutes, walruses demonstrate remarkable aquatic adaptability. Polar bear. Polar bears are hypercarnivores, relying primarily on seals for sustenance. They excel at still hunting, waiting near seal breathing holes to ambush their prey. With powerful paws and sharp claws, they can drag seals onto the ice with ease. In leaner times, they adapt by scavenging or preying on alternative food sources, such as muskox, bird eggs, or even other bears. Their ability to endure long fasting periods is a testament to their resilience. Behavior and social dynamics. Walrus. Highly social creatures, walruses live in herds segregated by gender, with males forming bachelor groups and females clustering to protect their young. Dominance battles among males, often involving tusk clashes, peak during the breeding season. Haul-out sites on ice or rocky beaches serve as resting and socializing hubs. Despite their size and strength, walruses prefer avoiding conflict, relying on herd protection and their tusks as deterrents against predators. Female walruses give birth to a single calf, which they nurse for up to 2 years. Calves are born on ice floes and are remarkably well developed, capable of swimming shortly after birth. Walruses use vocalizations and physical gestures to communicate within their herds. Polar bear. Polar bears are solitary and territorial, interacting primarily during mating or between mothers and cubs. They avoid unnecessary confrontations but can become aggressive when resources are scarce. Known for their endurance, polar bears are capable of swimming vast distances to find prey or stable ice. Females give birth to 1 to 3 cubs in snow dens during the winter, nurturing them for about 2.5 years. During this time, the mother teaches her cubs essential survival skills, such as hunting and navigating the Arctic landscape. Polar bears communicate through vocalizations, body language, and scent marking range and habitat. Walrus. Walruses inhabit shallow Arctic waters near ice floes, which they use as platforms for resting, birthing, and protection. Migratory by nature, they follow seasonal ice retreat to maintain access to food and safety. Females and calves prefer icy habitats for protection, while males often haul out on rocky beaches. Their reliance on Arctic ecosystems underscores their vulnerability to climate change. Polar bear. Polar bears are circumpolar, dependent on sea ice for hunting and travel. They favor regions where ice meets open water, as these areas are rich in seals. Seasonal ice melt forces them to adapt, often swimming hundreds of miles to find stable ice. This dependence on a diminishing resource highlights the challenges they face in a warming world. Threats and predators. Walrus. Walruses face threats from natural predators like polar bears and orcas, though adult males are largely invulnerable due to their size and tusks. Calves, however, are more at risk, especially if separated from their herd. Beyond predators, climate change poses a severe threat by reducing the ice flows they rely on for rest and reproduction. Increased human activity in the Arctic also disrupts their natural habitats. Polar bear. Polar bears have no natural predators, standing at the top of the Arctic food chain. However, their reliance on sea ice makes them highly vulnerable to climate change. As ice melts, hunting grounds shrink, forcing them to expend more energy swimming long distances. This leads to increased mortality rates and reduced reproductive success. Human interaction, including habitat encroachment and pollution, further exacerbates their struggles. Walrus versus polar bear. The fight. Picture this. A lone walrus hauls out onto the ice, basking in the brief Arctic sunlight. Nearby, a polar bear watches silently, its movements deliberate and cautious. The bear sees an opportunity, but the walrus is no easy target. When these Arctic titans meet, the encounter is a test of strength, strategy, and survival. Walrus's advantages: sheer size and strength, thick hide and long tusks for defense, superior swimming abilities for escape and counterattacks. Walrus's weaknesses: limited agility on land, vulnerability when isolated from the herd. Polar bear's advantages: masterful hunting skills, agility and endurance on land and ice, adaptability to various food sources. Polar bear's weaknesses: high energy requirements make prolonged encounters risky, vulnerability to the walrus's tusks during a close combat. Sizing up its opponent, the bear must decide whether to risk an attack. In this Arctic showdown, the polar bear might rely on its stealth and speed to approach the walrus, aiming for a surprise attack. The walrus, however, could use its tusks and sheer bulk to fend off the predator. If the battle occurs on land, the polar bear's agility and sharp claws might give it an edge, but the walrus's thick hide and powerful tusks make it a daunting adversary, even for the Arctic's top predator. In water, the walrus holds the upper hand. Its ability to dive and maneuver through icy depths would leave the polar bear struggling to keep up. The walrus's tusks could also turn the tide, delivering devastating counterattacks if cornered. Though the polar bear holds the title of King of the Arctic, the walrus proves to be an unyielding adversary, especially in water. The winner of this icy showdown is the walrus. While the polar bear's hunting prowess and agility are unmatched, the walrus's sheer size, thick hide, and formidable tusks make it a tough opponent. In most encounters, the polar bear would struggle to overcome the walrus's defenses, especially in water or within a herd. Let us know who you think should win in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.